Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO at checkout.
Hey guys, have you heard of Goldbelly? It's this amazing site where they ship the most iconic, famous foods from restaurants across the country, anywhere, nationwide. I've never found a more perfect gift than food. Goldbelly ships Chicago deep dish pizza, New York bagels, Maine lobster rolls, and even Ina Garden's famous cakes. So, if you're looking for a gift for the food lover in your life, head to goldbelly.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT. That's goldbelly.com, promo code GIFT.
Thank you for calling the Bombas Comfort Line. Bombas make socks, slippers, tees, and underwear made with the highest quality materials. Press 1 for comfort, 2 for style, 3 for donation.
You chose style. Bombas has styles for whatever you enjoy. You can run in Bombas, lounge in Bombas, dress them up, dress them down, but always give back in Bombas. Because with every item purchased, another is donated. Bombas, comfort worth calling for. Go to bombas.com/audio and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO.
Can you dig it?
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO at checkout.
Hey guys, have you heard of Goldbelly? It's this amazing site where they ship the most iconic, famous foods from restaurants across the country, anywhere, nationwide. I've never found a more perfect gift than food. Goldbelly ships Chicago deep dish pizza, New York bagels, Maine lobster rolls, and even Ina Garden's famous cakes. So, if you're looking for a gift for the food lover in your life, head to goldbelly.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT. That's goldbelly.com, promo code GIFT.
Sucker!
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. Join the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, and WWE NXT announcer, Booker T. Booker T. Alongside his right-hand man, the Boat, Brad Gilmore, as they discuss everything from inside the ring to the backstage and beyond. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Oh yeah, man. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me. As always, man, and we're ready to do this thing. I want to thank everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Get your champagne wishes, caviar dreams. Man, how you feel, dog? How you feel?
So I feel great. I'll be honest with you. Before we came on the air, maybe about 15 minutes prior, I nearly escaped disaster, right? So I normally have a chair that I sit in here every time we do the show, like a rolly chair thing. And I sat down to set my whole setup up, and the chair completely tipped over, boom, and I face planted right on the side of the floor. The screws fell out of it. I guess I moved so much.
Wait a minute. Who put it together?
They came together, okay? So don't even start that. Don't even start that. But it came together. But then for some reason, the screws popped out.
Look here. It came together, but when it came, did you check it?
You know what? I didn't do a thorough inspection. I should have.
See what I'm saying? When you get to a house, man, it's different than when your mama, your daddy buy it for you.
I got to double check the lug nuts and the screws.
You got to check it. You got to check it twice. You know what I mean? Sometimes the screws be a little loose. You got to go in there and tighten them up a little bit. That's what being a homeowner is all about, man.
Look, I hear you. You know, I didn't check on the chair, but you know what? I was able to game plan. Thankfully we weren't live on the air. Although that would have been a great moment. I would have appreciated it for the live audience, but I nearly escaped a disaster. But I'm good, Book. I know you just got in from Orlando. I'm just getting in from New York City. So we're doing the Hall of Fame on Wednesday. But you know what? Lot's going on. A lot has happened. But how are you feeling?
No. I'm coming off of Halloween Havoc in Prescott, Arizona. And, man, you know, Arizona, man, if you had to stay in the desert, that's the place to go, bro. I mean, Prescott is such a beautiful place, such a beautiful spot. You know, Phoenix, of course, I went into Phoenix and I had to make that drive. It's an hour and a half drive to Prescott. And when you drive, you got to go like up through these mountains, you know what I mean? You got to go up so freaking high, and then it levels off, and then it's like peaceful. And you're like, man, you don't see any houses. Then all of a sudden you go a little bit higher, you know, and it levels off. And then you see a bunch of like some of the most beautiful houses you're going to see. And then you got to come down that mountain. And then on the way back to Phoenix, you don't go up and over the mountain, you go around it.
That's nice.
You know, so it was such a beautiful scenery up there. But I was wondering, who booked this? How did we get up here? You know, and what was crazy is the altitude factor. None of the wrestlers, none of those young guys, they really didn't bring that into play or anything like that. And all of those guys were sucking wind so bad. You know what I mean? I just know how they felt too, you know, when your lungs are burning, you're inside, it's hurting so bad. There's nothing you can do but just try to power through it. And you got to look like you're not blown. You got to look like, you know, you're just working, you know, and that's the art of being a really, really good worker. The really good ones, they can hide it. But the ones that, you know, was like, wait a minute, I've never felt anything like that. It was like, whoa, what the hell is going on? So for me, it was a great experience being able to sit there at the table and watch those young guys suffer and try to get through that night.
Well, what I want to ask is not so much about the young guys suffering. I want to ask about the conversation that was all over social media. People said, what got in to Booker T? He seems like he was shot out of a cannon. He's crazy. He's got so much energy. I mean, that's what the social media was talking about. You were going crazy on Vic.
What happened was I had 2 double espressos.
So you had a quadruple espresso.
Yeah, and I was like just going, man. It was like the Matrix, man. Everything was just coming in my head like so quick, and I was talking like so fast. And I was like, wait a minute, I know they don't talk this fast, and it comes out clear. But Vic was like, just go with it. He just gave me the ball and just told me just run with it. But I had so much fun, man. Hopefully the fans, man, had a lot of fun as well. But you know, I want to apologize, you know, to the NXT universe. You know, I want to apologize, you know, for throwing my headset at the end of the Ricky Saints Trick Williams match. You know, I was a little upset. You know, I was backing my boy Trick Williams, but Ricky Saints, he showed up and he went out there and did his job, even though he, you know, had the little Xerxes, you know, feel going. But I just want to apologize to everybody because that actually got picked up in the news. You know, as far as me.
Well, because you were hot.
Yeah.
You were mad.
I was upset. I was upset a little bit. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, look here. We all got our favorites. It's just part of it, right?
It's just part of the game. And, you know, you wanted Trick Willie to win. You didn't want Xerxes to go out there and get the dub. And you know what? You know, he treated him, you know, he kicked him like the Spartans. You know, he was a Spartan that night.
Yeah.
Took care of what were they, Persians? Who was the army? Was it the Persians?
Persians, yeah.
Took care of them like the Persians, man. The underdog. Do you like when the guys dress up for Halloween on the show, like on Halloween Havoc?
It's a personal preference. You know, they asked me who was I, and I said I'm Fab from Milli Vanilli.
Let me ask you this, because the NXT roster is south of 30. So how many of them knew who Milli Vanilli was?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That was my costume.
Google searches were up in Arizona for Milli Vanilli because people were like, "Who is that? Who is that?"
I was Fab.
I'm impressed that you know their names. I didn't know their individual names. So there's Fab, and who was the other one?
Rob.
Rob and Fab make up Milli Vanilli?
Yes.
Rob is the worst stage name of all time. At least he's got Fab.
What about Rob Van Dam?
Rob Van Dam, he's got the 3 names. If he's just Rob, nobody likes Rob by himself.
What about Fab?
Fab is kind of cool. You know, Fab, it's got a little flavor to it. You know what I mean? Where does the name Milli Vanilli even come from?
I don't know, man, but it worked. I don't know, but it worked. You know, Milli Vanilli. It sounds cool. It sounds like one guy's name is Millie and the other guy's
That's what you would think.
Yeah, right. Right? It's kind of like reality of wrestling. It works.
It just works. What does it mean? We're not sure, but we like it. You know what I mean? It works. Fab and Rob. Rob Pilatus is his full name for anybody who's wondering. The German duo, Milli Vanilli. I think one of them went on to actually do real music.
Well, one of them passed away.
One of them died? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think Rob passed away.
Rob passed away in 1998.
Yeah. And he had some substance abuse problems and whatnot.
Oh, man.
And the other one, he went on to do a little bit of music. He tried to anyway, but he never really got accepted back into the music industry after the, famous, Grammy incident.
Yeah, I mean, people don't know they won the Grammy for Best New Artist, I believe, for a girl I Know It's True, or Girl You Know It's True was the name of the album, and then they gave it back because they didn't really sing the record.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what I was. Yeah, I was.
Who do you think was the best other than you? Did you like Vic Joseph's gear? I think we got a frozen.
You know what, man? No, I'm here, right?
Yeah, you're there.
I'm here. No. It's cool. Like I say, Vic was like the Riddler. You know what I mean? It's cool. One of these days I might do it. I might dress up. Yeah, but it's just hard for me to find myself getting in that mode. It's like, I represent Road. Sometimes, and I might wear the Road T-shirt. Road is, who
the microphones
sponsor our microphones and a lot of our sound equipment for reality of wrestling and whatnot. And and I feel like it's a responsibility, to actually go out and represent Road sometimes. So I put my shirt on, and I was at the airport, and this girl, she looked at me and she goes, that just don't look like you. I said, I got to pay the bills, sweetheart. You got to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to dress outside my comfort zone sometimes because people always watch.
Have you ever dressed up for Halloween?
No, I haven't.
Never in your life?
No.
So yeah, that would be a big switch up. I can't ever remember seeing you in a Halloween costume. I'm not big on it myself. I've done it a few times, but I'm not big on it.
I think I remember as a kid, I think I had like a Batman costume.
Sure, yeah.
I think that's what I remember as a kid. I think I remember that. I vaguely remember, the Batman costume with the mask, with the little rubber band on it.
Broke 2 seconds in. The cheapest rubber band ever made.
We got to take a break, man. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
All right, guys. Brad Gilmore here from the Hall of Fame, here to keep it 100. Some men walk into a room like regular dudes, but when you've got Blue Chew in your corner, you walk in like it's a main event. I'm talking pyro, lights, smoke machines, a Titantron package, and your theme music blasting. Because Blue Chew just isn't a tablet. It's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting. Like somebody handed your downstairs a gym membership, a hype man, and a Hall of Fame ring all at once.
And let me tell you something right now, man. This ain't just about sex. This is about legacy. This is about making sure your third legacy gets remembered, Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex, shipped straight to your door, man, in a discreet package. You don't need to go to the doctor's office, man. You don't need to stand in line at a pharmacy. Just come ready to go.
Look, last time I tried one of Blue Chew's tablets, my hog got so confident it demanded its own Instagram account. It told me missionary was off-brand and it was only doing extreme positions. I tried Blue Chew and suddenly my hog had a zip code, a driver's license, and voting rights. That's not just performance, that's a lifestyle.
Dog, for me, it felt like my parents were cutting promos on me, saying, "We can't hold this man anymore. Somebody call security." It was like my entire lower half turned into a tag team championship, man. And my brother, sometimes it's not even about the action. It's about walking into the room knowing you're holding a steel chair under the table, man, ready to go whenever the bell rings.
Look, this just isn't a supplement. It's an erection resurrection. And the truth is, it's not about what happens in the bedroom. It's about knowing that you're that guy. You want to give her group chat something to talk about? You want to hear your name come up at brunch? Lay it down with Blue Chew's help. And believe me, they'll be talking about how it gets up.
And that's real talk, guys. You only get one career, one championship run, and one chance to etch your name in the history books. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Step into the ring with Blue Chew and become a legend.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, you get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code BOOKER at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Use promo code BOOKER, BOOKER, and head to BlueChew.com for details and safety information.
Want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Now, can you dig that, sucker? Can you dig it? Houston, get ready to rumble with the Hall of Fame on ESPN Radio.
That's right, Booker. We're bringing the heat Tuesday through Friday right here on the Houston airwaves on 97.5 and 92.5.
We've got the exclusive scoop on wrestling, boxing, and everything in between.
Join us for the smackdown of sports talk and don't miss a moment of the action.
The Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that, sucker?
Hey guys, it's Brent Gilmore from the Hall of Fame with Booker T. And you know, we talk a lot about trust on this show. Trust in your team, trust in the process, trust in your opponent. And you got to talk about trust in your money. And that's why I use Cash App. I do. I use Cash App. This is true. I use it every single day. It's where I have a card with. It's where I exchange currency with, whether I'm getting a haircut, whether I'm getting, some lawn services, whatever the case might be. I use Cash App because it's fast, it's secure, and it makes handling my money so simple. So whether I'm splitting a dinner bill, splitting money with a friend, checking my balance before a big weekend, it's all right there in the app. So if you download Cash App today and use our referral code, which is SECURE10, for $10 when you sign up. That's SECURE, SECURE, the number 10. Do that. Use that code because Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards are issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. You visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. So go ahead, hit that download button. Use my code SECURE10 and join the millions of people already using Cash App to make life easier. Trust me, you'll be glad that you did it, okay? SECURE10, SECURE10, SECURE10. And remember, Cash App is a financial services platform. It is not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards are issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures and use Cash App today. Booker and I use it. You should use it too. Cash App, Cash App, Cash App.
Booyah! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. We're just talking about coming off the heels of Halloween Havoc, man. And Halloween Havoc is kind of near and dear to my heart. You know what I mean? Coming from WCW days, it's still cool to actually have that feel of WCW still around just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And to be at the table, like I say, in Prescott, Arizona. Big shout out to the people in Prescott because let me tell you, they treated your boy like a king.
Like a king. Well, you are a king.
They treated me like a king, man. But no, man, hell of a time in Prescott. But Halloween Havoc.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say something about Halloween Havoc, but go ahead.
I was gonna say something about Halloween Havoc too. What I was gonna say something was about JC Jane. I don't know what you was going.
Well, I was going to talk about a WCW Halloween Havoc, but let's talk about.
No, go ahead. Let's see where you go.
I was going to ask you because I was looking through like the old Halloween Havoc matches, and the WCW Vault YouTube channel is phenomenal. And I went back and I watched Ray and Eddie from Halloween Havoc '98, and to me, I don't know if there's a better Halloween Havoc match ever than that.
Was the Riddler?
That was where he's the Phantom. He was dressed as the Phantom
in purple.
Yes.
Yeah. That was such a great match, man. Such a great match.
One of the
best matches of all time.
I think it's one of the best matches of all time. I really do.
It really is. Yeah, it really is.
Do you remember anything
like
about
I say, you know me. I don't remember matches, but that one right there, oh my God. It was a sellout, man. You know what I mean? As far as the boys watching that one, everybody was like glued in on the monitor, watching those guys go out and just rip it, man. And such an amazing match. And those guys were so close to each other. They were like family. And for those guys to go out there and be able to pull something off like that was really, truly amazing.
That match was so, if no one's seen it, it's almost required viewing if you're a wrestling fan, but go see, it was Halloween Havoc '98, Eddie and Ray for the Cruiserweight title.
I don't know if it's Marvel, right? Shut Ray down from doing that. He can't wear those kind of suits anymore.
I read something about that. Yeah.
You got to cease and desist, to shut it down. Don't do any more. Don't do not one more.
Yeah. He
got away with it for years, though.
Yeah, he got it from Marvel. Yeah, Marvel and DC. He got and they didn't just send him to him; they sent him to the company. That's when the company was like, "All right, hey Ray, we got to cut this out, man.
Shut it down, bro.
Shut it down.
You got away with it long
enough." But yeah, shout out to Ray. But you were talking about JC Jane lost the women's championship.
Yeah, man, but she had a hell of a run. She went on a hell of a run. I got so many people have been so mad at me because Vic Joseph said 150 days and I said 6 months. Look, I'm rounding it off. People say he doesn't know the difference between 150 days and 6. I do know. That's a joke. That's a joke, guys. That's a joke. All right, 6 months. I make it feel like it's a little bit longer. All right, but no, JCJ, she did a hell of a job. Like I say, dealing with the altitude. Going out there and being able to pull it off and not looking like she was, dealing with the altitude to the point to where it was that noticeable. If you didn't have the trained eye, you just did not know. She went out there and did a hell of a job. Tatum Paxley, she's been working a hell of a long time to get to this point, just like JC worked so long to get to that point. You know what I mean? And to get rewarded, to get, a pat on the back and say, man, boom, we're going to let you. It's cool. I love the way the system is run down at NXT, man. I model reality of wrestling after, what those guys are doing down at NXT. And everybody that put the work in, they get a chance to shine. And that's what this business really is truly all about, giving everybody a piece of the action, you know what I mean? So they can go out, and, have a chance to, be in that spotlight, but see what they could do with that chance in the spotlight. Because for me, I said, when they told me, hey, Book, we're going to be giving you the TV title, but, we're going to be dropping it to Rick Martel. And in my mind, I was like, okay, we're going to see how that worked out.
Sure you are.
Yeah, exactly. So if you get the opportunity, man, you gotta take advantage of it. You know what I mean? So I love, seeing Tatum Paxley get her chance to, see it, because she's a hell of a worker. She's come to reality of wrestling, and I've said it, when she came to reality of wrestling, she pretty much dropped the persona of what she was doing, and I wouldn't necessarily say dropped it, but she went out there and showed me that she could go in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, man, she could put the rocket on her. Put the rocket on her. Send her to the moon. That's me, dog.
Well, you know what? I congratulations to Tatum Paxley. I'm a big fan of hers, and yes, anybody who comes down to reality wrestling, it's great to see them up close and see how they work without the I don't want to say the NXT constraints.
The umbrella.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. See how they work outside the umbrella and in front of a different crowd and in a different environment with different producers and a whole different setup. It's always fun to see. So yeah, congratulations to her and Blake Monroe. Blake Monroe is the new NXT
Mega Blood. The Mega Blood. The Mega Blood bombshell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, she's about to blow up, man. She's about to blow up. And so my thing is, I'm loving seeing what Blake Monroe is doing right now. And I had a feeling she was gonna actually take off, and really, really do something, really, really cool. I didn't know she was gonna do it this quick. But one thing that impressed me was the first time I got a chance to really see Blake work in the ring. And I go, wait a minute, this girl can work a little bit. You know what I mean? No, I'm serious. And that's what I always say with the, the guys with the pencils, the guys that's making the decisions as far as booking the matches and whatnot. I say, if you could just, make those guys' eyebrow raise just a little bit. Exactly, just like that. You got something, and I thought Blake was a lot of substance because I never really got a chance to see what she did, and overseas or anything like that, or or really in AEW, I really didn't get a chance to see what she could do. But I swear, man, the first time I really got a chance to see her work, I say, man, this girl is pretty smart. Okay, and for me, that's all it takes for you to be on my radar, and then perhaps get in my fave 5. You know what I mean? So definitely on Blake Monroe. What about the Hardys, man? The Hardys went out there and, they went out there and did it Hardy style, man. Jeff Hardy went up there on the top of that ladder, man, and crashed and burned. You know what I mean? Dark State, of course, regaining the tag team championships from the Hardys. But I tell you, man, those guys, man, they still, at this stage of the game, they're still doing it at a high level. Me personally, right hand of God. I don't know how they're still doing it. I don't know how Jeff Hardy is still,
walking around,
walking and creating those train wrecks like that, man. Where, like I said, that crash and burn, for the person who's never done that, they may just look at it and say, "Oh man, that was cool." But if that same person was to go up on that ladder and just do that one time, I don't know. He probably have to go to the hospital. Okay. You probably have to go to the hospital. And the thing is, something, awful could actually happen from someone doing that one time. And Jeff Hardy's done that a multiple amount of times.
For 25 years plus.
It's amazing what that guy has put his body through. It really, because there was for people that don't know, only thing was under that table was a piece of cushion about this big, a mat. That was it.
That's not going to do a whole hell of a lot for you.
That's it. You know what I mean? It's like Evel Knievel, man. It's like Evel Knievel knowing, when he jumped, possibility, a high possibility, probability that he's going to fall and it's going to hurt. And that's what this business is, and that's what it's been for Jeff Hardy, like you said, for 25 years. I've seen him take some of the most death-defying leaps, and thank God, man. Thank God he's still here, and hopefully, man, those guys could go into the Hall of Fame. This coming up in Vegas. Both, I think it's time.
I think it's time.
I think it's time for the Hardys, Matt and Jeff to go in at the same time. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to say wrap it up or anything, but they could go on the world tour. You know what I'm saying? And clean house. You know what I mean? But nah, man, those guys have done a hell of a job for this business. I give Matt and Jeff a hell of a lot of credit.
3 things to what you just said. One, how crazy is it that in 2025 we're saying that the Hardys lost the NXT tag team titles to Dark State at Halloween Havoc? It just doesn't even seem like a real sentence to say. But also, I agree with you on the Hall of Fame thing, and I think John Cena might have ushered in a new theme in wrestling or a new trend to announce the retirement year, right? Because AJ Styles just said, hey, 2026, I'm wrapping it up. Hardys could do a retirement tour, wrap it up, make all the money in the world. It could be a new thing for the boys. And I did read in the sheets, there's a rumor about another Hall of Fame inductee this year coming up. Did you read that? Do you know who I'm talking about?
For trainer of the year, me.
Oh. You should.
Yeah.
You should.
We gotta take a break. We gotta take a break, man. Stick around in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Man, I got to tell you, BT, I never thought I'd care this much about a wallet, but Ridge Wallet has completely changed the game for me. Before this, I was carrying around that old school leather wallet. It was falling apart. It was bulky and jammed from receipts from like 1996. Even though I was only 4 years old, it looked like I had a cheeseburger in my back pocket. But with Ridge, it's sleek, it's strong. It holds up to 12 cards plus cash and is made from premium materials. I'm talking aluminum, or as my folks across the pond say, aluminium, carbon fiber, titanium. This thing is like the superhero of wallets. And y'all know I love my gear. I gotta be sharp, I gotta be clean. Ain't nobody dope as me. I'm just so fresh. So yeah, I'm so fresh and so clean. And I also need to be functional. So this is what is huge for me. This wallet has RFID blocking tech, so nobody's stealing your info while you're walking down the street. That's peace of mind. And check this out. Mine is made of carbon fiber, but they have 50 colors and styles to choose from. It's the last wallet you'll ever need. And with Ridge's lifetime warranty, it's not just hype, it's real.
Right now, Ridge is running their huge Memorial Day sale. You can get up to 40% off at ridge.com/booker. That's ridge.com/booker. Don't miss their biggest sale of the year. And when they ask how you heard about them, make sure you tell them you heard them right here on the Hall of Fame podcast with Brad Gilmore and Booker T. Hey, and don't forget, support the show and level up, baby.
You know, life always doesn't wait for a payday. There's been times where I needed some gas money, groceries, or even grab some last-minute tickets for a big night out, and payday, it was still days away. That's why I love talking about the game-changing app like EarnIn. EarnIn is the app that lets you access your pay your way as you earn it, and up to $150 a day with a maximum of $750 between checks. There's no interest, there's no credit checks, there's no mandatory fees. It's not a loan. This is your money. Just download the EarnIn app, add in your work info, and you can start accessing your pay right away. You can even leave an optional tip to help support the app for everybody. Then, any money you access plus any tip is simply paid back from your next paycheck. So imagine this. Your daughter's school shoes are on sale, but payday's not until Friday. Well, with EarnIn, you don't have to wait. Or maybe you got a surprise dinner plan with someone special. Don't put it off. That's the kind of financial momentum that EarnIn gives you. Millions of people are using it. I wish I had EarnIn back in the day when I first started it out, especially when you're trying to balance bills, gigs, and unexpected stuff like a vet bill or even car repairs. So download EarnIn today. That's EARNIN in the Google Play or Apple App Store. And when you do, type in Hall of Fame under podcast when you sign up. That's Hall of Fame under podcast. It really helps the show and helps you get paid when you need it most. EarnIn is a financial technology company. It's not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days. Expedited transfers are available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details. Make EarnIn a part of your financial routine and join over 4 million people using it to turn any day into payday. It's your money. Take control of it with EarnIn.
Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, baby. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, man, I would say I had a lot of fun this week on NXT, too, man. My boy Trick Williams, he's mad.
He's mad.
He's real mad, and he wants his property back. And you know what? I feel him. I understand exactly what Trick Williams is coming from. And now he has a last man standing match. Last man standing against that boy Ricky Saints. And I think it's time. I think it's time for Trick Williams to go out there and make history. History maker, man. History maker. Three-time NXT champion. Oh, yes, it's coming.
I think he's going to do it. I really do. I think Trick's going to do it. He's going to get that record. He's going to be a 3-time NXT champion, excuse me. And here's my question.
Yeah.
Oba now is like, where's Oba? You know what I mean? What's Oba doing? Is it Oba's time? Is Oba ascending? Is he going to be the ruler on SmackDown or Raw? You know, I don't know. Where's Oba at? How's he fit into all this? What do you think? Do you think it's time?
I can tell you this. Oba has done a hell of a job in NXT, and if it is time for him to move on, it's the right time. Okay, I'm gonna say that. If he stayed in NXT, you know what else is there for Oba Femi really to do? He's dominated
Completely.
He's dominated in NXT. He really has. Can he come back for one more run? Just because, one thing about the main roster, they always say, man, do we have anything for you? Do we have a program for you right now? Now we got CM Punk and, Jey Uso doing their thing, and then, everybody, everything is kind of like set right now. So the question is it a good time for Oba to make his debut on the main roster? That's the question. You know what I mean? So go ahead.
Maybe in January at a little event called the Royal Rumble.
Well, see, that's exactly what I was just saying. Maybe hold him in the wings, and then boom, when he does, make that big run. That big debut it will be a big thing. But do you want to set Oba to January?
I don't know. He'd be sitting on ice for a while, but we're already in November. And doesn't WWE now take like the last 2 weeks off of the year or something like that?
You might be right.
We're close.
So, yeah, you know what? Like I said, I agree either way. I mean, I think Oba can definitely make a big splash on the main roster right now. I agree that he's done everything that he could possibly do in NXT. I think it's time to pull the trigger. I really do. And I'm not one to book the show. That's why I'm so reluctant to actually even say it. You know what I mean? I swear to God, man, I'm so reluctant to say, man, yeah, pull the trigger on him. But I really think Oba Femi can fit in on the main roster, especially with the right players around him right now, to actually be able to, help teach him what it really means to be a main event player. You know what I mean? Guys like Randy Orton, guys like CM Punk, guys like Roman Reigns. To be around those guys right now is invaluable for somebody like Oba Femi.
Yeah, man, I agree with you. And I'm holding out hope for an Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar match. I would just love to see it. That's just a dream match for me.
Yeah, I think that would be great too. I really think, as crazy as it sounds, I think Brock Lesnar could teach Oba Femi a couple of tricks, to the trade. I really do.
Sure.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And you know what? WrestleMania's around the corner. Why not? We had Brock Lesnar and Omos. Maybe Brock Lesnar and Oba could happen as well. Hey, I wanted to ask you, get your reaction on something, because the Hall of Fame over the years, whether people know it or not, we've helped careers, right? We've changed storylines on television. We've started feuds with many a celebrity on this show, from Freddie Prinze to Macaulay Culkin to Ariel Helwani to you name it. We've had a battle with him.
Ariel Helwani, that was a shoot.
That was a shoot for a second, wasn't it? And then y'all had your come to Jesus on his show, but there were several people, right? Several things that have happened because of this show is my point, and there was another one that happened because you once referred to Natalya on this show, Natty Neidhart, who came down to Reality Wrestling, made her debut in Reality Wrestling this year, as the last MFer breathing, to quote the Tupac Shakur song. And she did an interview with our friend Chris Van Vliet this last week, and the name of her book that came out, congratulations to her, her book is available in stores, is called The Last Heart Beating, HART, and she said this on the origin of the book title. Booker T said in an interview, but on this show, he was like, Natty's the best because she's still standing. She's like the Tupac song, the last mother effer breathing. He said that in an interview, and I said to TJ Wilson, that's the name of my book. Booker T really did help name my book. And when I think about my career, I'm like, man, I am the last heart beating. I'm the last one doing this. I'm the last one in my family that's in WWE and competing. So you had a hand in naming Natalya's book, which I think is a fun little piece of trivia. And congratulations to her. She's had a hell of a career and still going.
Yeah, man. I remember saying that to her, and she knew exactly what song I was talking about. That's what impressed me more than anything. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know she was gonna know exactly who wrote the song and sang the song. And then for her to do something like that, nah, man. I really am close with Natalya. I've always been, really, really close with her. We always had nothing but hugs and you know, good things to say about each other when we saw each other on the road. Um, I remember, I remember when I made a debacle on television, and her uncle went off on me, and she came to me, and she was trying to console me and telling me, "Book, he didn't know what he's talking about,"
Wait, who are we talking about? Uncle Brett?
No, one of her other brothers. One of her other uncles.
Okay.
I can't
Bruce
think of his
or
name.
I'm trying to think of
Might
all
have
the
been
hearts.
might have been Bruce. I don't know which one it was, but he was really mad at me because I had made a quote on television, and but I couldn't take it back because it was something that I got in the earpiece, and I got a lot of heat on social media. I don't even want to bring it up.
I remember this. I remember
You know what I mean? But she came to me, she was consoling me and whatnot. But she's always been, a sweetheart of a person. And then, we just had her at Reality of Wrestling not too long ago, and for her to come out and do, what she did at Reality of Wrestling with Promise Braxton was simply, literally simply amazing. So definitely, I have nothing but high praise for Natalya Neidhart. Nothing but high praise.
Yeah, man. Congratulations to her. And you've done a couple of them, and writing a book is so difficult. It's such a labor of love, and congratulations to her putting it out. I can't wait to read it. Because she's always been good in interviews. She's a good storyteller. I love the amount of history that's obviously in her family, the Hart family. I don't know. I guess that's the first family of pro wrestling, right? I can't think of a more. I mean, there's the Guerreros. Obviously, there's the Rhodes family, but I think
the Von Erichs.
There's been a lot of great wrestling families, but the Harts are very high up there, if not number one.
I mean, as far as Canada go, they put Canada on the map. You know what I mean? I think the Harts put Canada on the map with Stu Hart and Stu Hart Dungeon. So many young talent coming out of that dungeon, going through that dungeon, so to speak. Nah, man, definitely legendary.
And one of those names who trained in the dungeon early on in his career was Chris Jericho. And Jericho, that was who I was alluding to in the last segment. I was reading that there's rumors that he's coming back to the company. There's rumors of a Hall of Fame induction. He hasn't been on AEW in quite some time. I don't know, Book. I feel the winds of change, maybe.
Hey, man,
Y2J, 2K26.
Think it happened. You know what's crazy is I was on my way this morning catching a flight from Orlando, and I ran into a bunch of the AEW guys. And Sammy Guevara, he's actually was one of them with his wife, and their daughter. They was actually on the road too. Cesaro, and he was formerly Cesaro.
Yeah.
I was sitting next to one of Billy Gunn's sons. Yeah, and we was talking, chopping it up a little bit, but it was just cool actually, be around those guys. It seemed like what's crazy is much as people talk, it still seemed like we was part of the same family.
Fraternity, right?
Yeah, I swear to God, man. Nobody talked about AEW or WWE or anything like that. It was just like we talked, but we still talked about wrestling.
Yeah.
Like I was asking, how's your dad, man? You know what I mean? Because me and Billy Gunn, we've been competing for the last 30 years pretty much as far as who's going to stay in shape the longest.
Billy's jacked, brother.
He's jacked like crazy.
Billy looks great.
You know what I mean? But it was amazing. It's amazing. It was cool. It was cool as heck too. But Jay, and Y2J, you know what I mean? Remember when he first came in? the WWE. Back in the day, man, such a big moment. Such a crazy moment.
You buy a pair of socks, that's 2 socks. You buy a pair of Bombas socks, that's 4 socks. Because one purchased is one donated. Socks are the #1 most requested clothing item in homeless shelters. So when you buy a pair of super comfortable Bombas socks, you're also donating a pair. Bombas customers have powered over 150 million donations. So Bombas would like to thank you 150 million times. But we only have like 30 seconds. Go to bombas.com and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO at checkout.
The countdown. Y2J, bang, break the walls down. Are we going to see it again?
Oh.
Are we going to see it again? That's the question. We'll find out very soon. Guys, stick around. In the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, what's up, Nashville? It's your man, Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Wake up, man, and get in the ring with the Hall of Fame.
Every Saturday morning, book at 8 a.m. We're coming to you live on 102.5 The Game, Nashville's home for sports talk. We've got the knockout conversations, the legends, and all the sports insight that you crave.
So check out Booker T and Brad Gilmore every Saturday morning on 102.5 The Game. Now, can you dig it? Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. I don't know. We're getting ready to wrap this thing up here soon. What do you want to go home with? What do you want to go home with?
We got some super chats that we'll definitely get into.
I know the people got a couple of things they want to say, but we're going to go.
We were talking about Chris Jericho coming back to the company. I think that it'd be great. It's interesting that people like. I'm trying to think who. There's someone else. Oh, Cody. I was trying to think who was like an AEW original who came over, and Punk's come back, and then you've had the new crop like the Blake Monroes and the Ricky Starks, who are kind of AEW people who came over. So
Aleister
Black's another one, And then, I wanted to tell you this.
Andrade.
Because you were right. Andrade came back to WWE, and then he went back to AEW. That's the first one we've seen do that. Go from here to there to back there. I didn't think that he'd go back to AEW, but he's back in AEW, so congratulations to him. So I would love to see Jericho back.
Actually, he's not back in AEW.
I thought he went. I saw him at a show, I thought.
Well, he's been pulled. He's not back in AEW. Now he's back in WWE.
Wait, what? Wait, are you being for real? Did I miss something?
I'm dead serious.
No way.
Yeah, he's back in WWE. Well, in essence, he can't work. He still work for WWE. All right, his no compete clause, I think, actually runs for 1 year instead of 90 days. As soon as he finished his contract or whatever, as soon as he got off paper, I don't know what it was, but something happened, and whatever happened, it was legal, and AEW had to pull the plug, and now Andrade may just be sitting at home for the next year.
Wow, yeah, I see that. I'm reading that AEW is forced to pull Andrade from television after receiving a cease and desist letter from WWE. It was also reported Andrade is under a 1-year non-compete period with WWE after being fired for cause due to failing wellness policy tests. Now, this is just on eWrestling.com, so this is what they're alleging from PW Insider. They said that, they might be using WWE might be exercising that 1-year non-compete clause. Well, I mean, if they do, they do. That's their prerogative. I don't see the harm in.
I just want to,
But thank you for that clarification. I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't want you putting out false news that he's back. He's not back.
He was there for a moment. I saw him on TV for a second.
But this is not the first time this happened. You remember the thing happened with MVP over with Lucha Underground, right? And then who was it that came over? Lucha Underground. That
I'm trying to remember.
Hernandez, right?
Hernandez from
Hernandez. Then boom, contract, whatnot. You know what I mean? Come on, look here. It doesn't work that way, guys. You know what I mean? So it's not the first time we've
leave
seen
it to the boys to be like, hey, are you clear to work? Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good. What are you talking about?
No, you're not.
No, you're not. Reach your contract, boys. Reach your contract. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. And AEW is going to be in Houston next week. So I know there's a lot of people who are going to be going to the AEW show in Houston. And I think Shelton Benjamin's coming into CW next week. So I'll be happy to talk to him. By the way, too, just a little quick plug. I was on, speaking of Jericho, I was on his show again this week. We were talking about Back to the Future Part 2
which the 40-year anniversary is up. And then I have a children's book coming out this week, So I'm busy this week. So everyone check that out on Amazon. But you ready to get to – oh, wait. This is what I want to talk about before we get to our Super Chats. Roxanne Perez defeated a WWE Hall of Famer this week in WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella on Monday Night Raw. This was cool because Roxanne told Nikki Bella outside the Toyota Center 10 years ago, 2015, one day I'm going to wrestle you. And lo and behold, 10 years later, it actually happens that she works the Hall of Famer. And so shout out to Roxanne and Nikki.
I just want to say this. That's what the Bellas get when they run up on me. All right? They get Roxanne Perez. Somebody that's going to put them right in their place. Because I said it. Look here. The Edsel was a damn good car in its day, but we riding in Teslas now. All right? Self-drive mode.
Look.
You understand? You understand? And if somebody got something, if you want to talk to me, talk to Roxanne Perez first.
Look, I'm gonna say
that's all I got to say about it.
I'm gonna say a few things real quick. First of all, the Edsel might have been a good car in its day. I don't know if you got to see the Edsel on Monday night. It was still looking very good. The Edsel looked like a great car. I was a big fan of the Edsel. It's a great car. Respectfully, I mean that respectfully. And then,
look, I'm not saying the Edsel wasn't a nice car. I'm not saying that at all.
Beautiful car.
Beautiful car.
Hell of a car.
You go run hard and fast. But how long? But how long can you run in 2025? That's the question. That's the question.
You know what? I'm a longtime Bella stan and Bella fan, and I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I love this run that Nikki Bella's on.
Look here. We like Skip and Shannon. You know what I mean? We can agree to disagree. You know what I mean?
We can.
Yeah.
I like how I made you Skip, and I was Shannon in that analogy for whatever reason. I started acting like Shannon Sharp, like anybody would make that connection. Skip. Come on, Skip. He put like an L in it, like there was like Skip.
That's the best part of the show.
Skip.
And what was crazy was when he first went to First Take, he was talking to Stephen A.
He
did Skip. And he goes, damn.
Shannon Sharp, man.
And Steven goes, I'll forgive you, man.
Skip. Hey, and then one more thing before we get into the Super Chats.
Oh, my
What
God.
do you think about this whole NBA scandal?
What NBA scandal?
With the betting, the sports betting. Chauncey Billups arrested. Terry Rozier arrested.
They should be locked up. Look here.
If proven guilty.
Look here, proven guilty. You can say whatever you want to say. Yeah. I mean, allegedly, you can put all those terms on it. When the feds come knocking at your door, normally they got something. Normally they got something. And for Chauncey Billups, a man in his position, a man, of his stature. I mean, not thinking about his family first at this stage of the game that he's in, and he's got a hell of a good job where I don't know how much money do you need, but then it, I was listening to I think it was Kenny Smith, and he was talking about he was trying to make a case and saying, man, gambling is an addiction. And Charles Barkley just went off on him. Charles said, man, come on, this is stupidity, is what this is. I agree with Charles Barkley 100% because gambling is an addiction. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's but the stupidity part comes into play when you doing it, from a perspective to where the government can get involved. You just gambling, it ain't no harm in that. But when you stealing people's money, and you got the Gambino family, you know what I mean, involved, the Genovese family.
All of them, yeah.
When you hear about these names, them suckers about to do some time, man. Is what's about to happen. That's what's going to happen.
And if you go back and watch the alleged game, Terry Rozier, went out 9 minutes in with an injury, and there was all the money that came in on him that night. It looks very bad. It looks very, very bad.
Them suckers, man, they finna do some time, man. I
Oh.
feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for their families, man.
For their families, yeah.
Somebody like Chauncey Billups, man, that dude was, man, he was legendary.
He's a Hall of Famer.
And the thing is, he wasn't one of those guys who was, that, was like a superstar, but he was still a superstar. Big shot Billups.
Oh, yeah.
He was always the guy that was going to come through in the clutch. No, man, I hate to see this for these suckers, man.
Yeah. Billups got caught, man, in a poker scheme, no less, and then Terry Rozier and Damon Jones. You know what? We'll see how the investigation goes.
They're going to jail.
Man, it's really, really terrible. Let's see. WIY says the money is gone.
The money? Which money? Which money are we talking about? Which
money?
Well,
well, apparently he must have been talking about Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier. Because the money's gone for those guys.
Bro, Chauncey Billups had a damn good job. How much money he was making a year?
Oh, I could look it up, actually. Enough.
18 million. He had to be making $8-10 million a year.
Enough.
Easy had to be making $8-10 million a year. You know what I mean? That's why I say, how much money do you need? I mean, because I'm going to tell you right now, money don't make you happy. I say this all the time. When I was making my most money in WCW, man, I was making like a huge check, man, nearly $1 million a year. And I was my most miserable at that time. I really was. I was at my lowest place when I was making that much money, man. That's when I realized, chasing the bag, it's not worth chasing the bag. You know what I mean? It just isn't, seriously.
Yeah. And, they're going to find out, unfortunately, the hard way. Virgil Dawkins says, hey, Book, was Halloween Havoc WCW's version of WrestleMania, or was it Starrcade? I've heard other veteran wrestlers say Havoc, and some say Starrcade. I think it was definitely Starrcade was presented as the big show, right?
Well, the WWE's version of, say that again.
So what was Halloween Havoc WCW's WrestleMania?
I think it was SummerSlam.
Well, SummerSlam was WWE. Oh, you're saying Havoc was like SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like but the reason why I say that is because of, all of the young talent got a chance to go, outside the box, outside the PC, somewhere totally different. Like I say, Prescott, Arizona was somewhere totally, in the middle of nowhere, but it had a certain feel to it. It felt really, really good. I had a great time.
Well, I think what he's asking specifically though was in WCW was Halloween Havoc WrestleMania.
Or
was Starrcade more
I
like
think
WrestleMania?
I think Starrcade was more our WrestleMania.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Virgil Dawkins says, what are your thoughts on Zelina Vega's new role? It seems like the WWE creative can't come up with something solid for her. To me, I think she has enough charisma to be a WWE champion. I'm a big Zelina Vega fan as well. Great promo. Has, to me, everything that it would take. I don't know. Sometimes I guess it's finding the right gimmick. I know that they've been putting her with Alistair, which they're real life married, on television a little bit lately. But I've always liked Zelina Vega, Book.
I mean, I love Zelina Vega and what she brings to the table, but I'm not gonna. I can't agree with everybody. Is just not gonna be the champion. Everybody is not put in the business to where their turn is gonna come and they're gonna be champion at a certain time. It just doesn't work that way. Sometimes you just got to find your place, find your role, and that role may be with Aleister Black, just like Charmel's role was with me. You know what I mean? It worked. Why not go with it? You know what I mean? So no, man. Zelina Vega's a hell of a worker. She's got a hell of a look, but one thing about the business, timing is everything. Being in the right place at the right time. Having that momentum behind you, a la, Kofi Mania, look at Alexa Bliss, you know what I mean? No one thought things just start happening for her. You know what I mean? It wasn't happening for a long time. And then all of a sudden something clicked, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. The business is tricky, especially these days.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, we'll see what happens with Zelina. Cali Tunda says, Roxanne Perez told Stephanie Vaquer she should have been champ. I agree, but I don't want her to get a shot right now because Vaquer just taken off, so they should wait until WrestleMania for that. Man, Stephanie Vaquer, Roxanne Perez at WrestleMania? Okay, I'm down for that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I see Roxanne Perez at WrestleMania performing,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you against Stephanie Victoria, that will be prime time for Roxanne Perez to be in that position. Stephanie Victoria, she's done a hell of a job since stepping into NXT, moving up to the main roster. She's proved her mettle. She proved how good she really is. And you know, I was talking about, you know, being able to speak the language. For her, going to school and learning English is definitely putting her in a position where you look at her a little bit differently. You know what I mean? WrestleMania, I see that happening. I can see that happening. And what a moment. What a moment that would be for you know, reality of wrestling, to see one of my own actually go out there and perform, you know, on that grandest stage. It would be so freaking awesome.
Yeah, for the title, you know, it'd be just be awesome. This is
Win or lose. Win or lose.
Win or lose. D'Angelo Brown says, "What's up, Booker and Brad? What are your thoughts on this Goldberg comments about Asuka?" I don't know if you saw him, Book.
You know what I think, man, and I hate to say this. I hate to say this because Goldberg's a friend of mine.
I'm
Mark
a big
Henry,
Goldberg fan.
Yeah, Mark Henry's a friend of mine too. Because Mark Henry made a comment. I want to talk about that too. But I think these old guys need to stay out of what these young guys are doing. We had our time, and for us to think about in any way knocking what these young guys and what these young girls are doing today it's just totally out of bounds. That's just who I feel. You know what I mean? We had our time. We had our time in the sunshine. We ran with it. We ran hard. It was a great time. And for us to talk about what these young guys are doing right now in a negative way, I just think it's wrong in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Critiquing the wrestling, you know, that's just something that we do. But I heard Mark Henry say that he was disappointed with AEW for changing the name of his World's Strongest Slam to the World's Most Dangerous Slam, you know, for Will Hobbs. And I'm like, bro, you know what I mean? Come on, you're not doing it anymore. You're not doing it anymore. So why would you? You got to be trying to get some clicks. You got to be, because you really can't be upset about that. That's got to be a joke. You know, I'm serious. That's got to be a joke. You know what I mean? So for me, when I hear comments from guys of my generation talking any other way than trying to pump these young guys up, you know, I don't know. It just baffles me sometimes. I'm just glad I'm one of the guys who still try to, you know, lean to the side to understand that, you know, old school was cool, but we're in a different era now.
Well, yes, I agree. And to me, critiquing the wrestling and the way that they do it is one thing. Like you said, in both of those instances, they're not critiquing the wrestling. It's more of a, and I got all the love in the world for Mark Henry, but like, you know, that's more of like a vanity thing, right? Like, oh, I want you to keep the name of my move around or whatever. And then for Goldberg, it's a similar thing. I mean, he's talking about his undefeated streak being broken. I mean, seriously? You know, I mean, Bill Goldberg, you can't take away anything that man did in the business, and I'm a Bill Goldberg fan. He's incredible. His run is unmatched, especially during his era, to be able to come on like that, the most popular time in pro wrestling, and have the run that he did. And then to have one of your best matches in WWE be your final match against Gunther and get to retire in a world title match.
I don't know, man. I just don't get it. I don't get
why you make the comment, but you know what? He's entitled to it. And you know what? Sometimes some of these old guys, you know how they act? You know how they act, Book?
Sometimes I'ma act bizarre.
Sometimes they're gonna act bizarre. You know, it's just what's gonna happen.
That's another one.
That's another one.
That's another one right there.
Sometimes they're gonna act bizarre.
Freaking lose his mind in a heartbeat and just say something, do something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, like I say, man, when you see me doing that, bro, freaking, you know, pull me back, man. You know, get me up out of there, dog. Serious. I'm dead serious.
Oh man, let's see. D'Angelo Brown, I'm digging that WrestleMania 42 trailer and poster. Yeah, it's cool.
Hey man, you know what? That 42 trailer, it reminds me of something, doesn't it? It looks a little something. It looks a little familiar. looks a little familiar, like somebody's been watching reality wrestling. I'm just saying. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
No, I pick up what you're putting down.
But it seems like somebody's been watching the program.
Watching the program. Oh, man. I got to make that a drop. That was funny. And finally, Mike Woodson says, Mercedes Moné said winning the independent titles gave the promotions more limelight. Book, would you let her compete for the Reality Wrestling Diamonds title?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Without even a shadow of a doubt. Without even thinking about it. She want to come to Reality Wrestling, drop me a line. Shoot, we'll get you in. You know what I mean? We can put the title on you.
Let's just call it right now.
What?
You want another one? You want another one? We got two women's titles. You want them both?
Look here. Monet want the Reality Wrestling titles. Come on down here and get them. Okay? No problem. I sign it right now. You know what I mean?
Come on down, Mercedes. I'm a big Mercedes Moné fan, so I would love it.
Yeah.
And those are all our super chats. We appreciate everybody. And you know what? We appreciate y'all for sticking around and listening to all of our ramblings.
Yeah, man. I want to thank y'all for sticking around. Stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne, which is caviar and dreams as well. Couldn't do the show without you guys, man. All the super chats, man. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, like I always say, man, all the heavy lifting. And next time, peace. We love you. Boom. Yeah.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.